Okay, next question up was, I have a grade 2 hamstring tear. What do I do? Really in that initial 5 to 7 days when you're in that acute phase of a soft tissue injury, the goal is to protect the area and not make anything worse, right? Your body's got the ability to naturally go through that inflammatory process, which isn't always a bad thing. Inflammation is, I think we commonly look at that as something we always want to get rid of. When you've got a soft tissue injury, you need that inflammatory phase, that's your body kind of cleaning up the debris, so to speak, from that soft tissue injury. The old mnemonic has been RICE, rest, ice, compression, elevation. That's been proven for a long time now in the research to be something that actually slows the healing process. There's all kind of different mnemonics that are super long and don't do the job of an actual mnemonic, making things shorter. But the general gist of it now is protect the area. There's still, you can use some compression, elevation to bring some blood flow to the area, help with that tissue healing, and then movement, light exercise that doesn't overly aggravate and still allows that tissue to go through its natural healing process. Once you're through that initial inflammatory phase, that's the time you tell your body how you want it to heal, right? Soft tissues should generally be kind of aligned like this. The muscle contracts and relaxes. When you get an injury to the area and you stop moving that area altogether, the body will heal it, but it's going to do it in a way that isn't super functional. You're going to lose elasticity. You're going to lose the ability to actually use that soft tissue the way it's supposed to. So once you're out of that initial pain phase, you need to start telling that soft tissue how you want to heal, which is long, flexible, with some elasticity and strong, okay? So that's gonna come in the form of exercises that help strengthen the area, as well as exercises that stretch or elongate that muscle without getting too much into the weeds with it. That can take quite a while, especially if you're dealing with that grade 2 or even a grade 3 hamstring tear or any soft tissue tear. That process can take 6 to 12 weeks, right? Depending on the athlete, depending on the type of person we're dealing with, their overall health, how quickly they heal. But it's a slow process, no different than being in the gym and trying to get big muscles. It doesn't happen overnight like that. When we're telling soft tissue how we want it to behave and respond, it's going to happen slowly over time, and it just comes down to that consistency.